Well, you can be if you give us a call at 434-394-0924. That's the number to call for the Trading Post Hotline. Good morning. Happy Thursday, May 1st. This is Chris Wood, and joining me is Noah Massage. Good morning, Noah.
Good morning, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing well. Doing good.
Good. Well, it is May 1st. We have open mic day, so give us a call, 434-394-0924. We do have a caller.
I'm going to ask you a quick question before we...
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
Did you say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit?
Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. No.
But you didn't do that thing?
This morning. I forgot it again.
Yeah. I don't know how, I don't know. How do you remember that?
I remember to do that.
Yeah.
I just have to put it on my calendar.
Yeah.
In big letters, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
Yeah. Also, I definitely feel like I talked to my sleep last night. You
did?
I had when I woke up this morning, my mouth was like, I had drool. You know when you like wake up and you're like, what happened?
And the pillowcase is wet and you're going,
yeah. It's just...
That was not Iggy, it was me.
Exactly. and your legs and joints are in a weird direction, like they're not normally in. And your eyes are like, they're crusty. There's like a layer of crust that's built up on them. Like an old, I don't know, it's like an old fan with like dust, just layered dust on these eyes. Yeah. And then, I don't know, just everything feels wrong and off. So I had one of those mornings. So I feel like even if I did remember to say rabbit, 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 I definitely spoke in my sleep. So
dear.
it probably doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Right? It can't count.
No, can't.
Unless if I said rabbit, rabbit, rabbit in my sleep, but I don't believe that happened.
You didn't have any dreams about rabbits, did you?
I wish I did. That would have been kind of pleasant.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
have lately I haven't been sleeping well. And
no, you haven't, Chris.
No.
Well, what's going on with that?
Just, it's just, deep.
Oh,
deep. Eyes rolling, trying to say, come on, get to sleep.
Do you play something to help you fall asleep? Like, do you listen to a show or like a program?
No.
Oh, nothing? Okay.
No, I go to bed. I say my prayers, and usually that does it.
Yeah.
By the time I'm finished, takes me about 10 minutes. Yeah. But but no, here recently it's just been kind of wild.
Do you feel like awake? So you must feel like, awake and not like really tired when you're in bed. Or are you tired and you still can't go to sleep? Is that the thing?
I don't know. Sometimes I fall asleep in the chair.
Yeah.
And I wake myself up to go fall asleep again.
Yeah. Okay.
But, it just depends. Yeah. I'm usually a pretty good sleeper. Mm-hmm. But I do dream a lot. Yeah. So, and Iggy, I don't know what's wrong with Iggy. She hasn't been sleeping with me. Oh, boy. She's been sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. Sounds like me and Katie. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, I can't. And I don't understand, whether it's the...
Yeah, maybe she feels bad for bringing all that food into your bed and she just wants to give you a little space.
Oh, she got a hold of another carton last night.
Oh, no. That's not good, Chris.
Well, it was just leftover spaghetti.
You got to put like a safety lock on that fridge.
No, it was in the sink.
Oh, man.
She went after it in the sink. I mean, she hops like a kangaroo.
Yeah, that's not good.
And she can jump, so she knows where stuff is. Yeah. But anyway, I still love her.
Hey, those people who recommend melatonin to help you go to sleep? No, because all melatonin does for me, at least, it gives me like, I don't feel like I sleep better, and I have nightmares, and then I wake up more tired.
Right.
That's what melatonin. People are like, "Oh, take melatonin, and it's like super good, and you'll sleep." Ugh. And like, I just want to. I try to tell these people it doesn't work for me. Have you tried it?
Well,
it's like everybody.
I never really had a problem going,
sure.
Going to sleep, but sleeping. But Francis, he tried everything. Yeah. He gave sleeping pills and stuff like that, but nothing worked. His brain was. And his body was absolutely destined for him to get 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And that was it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I think I might take up. I used to meditate a lot, but I might take that up again. It helps you kind of just like calm down and really relax. And I think you can only get a good night's sleep if you're really relaxed. If your body is really just it's not tense. And just like, that's the best way to get sleep. Drink tea.
Yeah. Well, I count sheep sometimes, but that doesn't work. And I do the 99 bottles of beer on the wall, but that doesn't work either.
Yeah. Let's discuss this more. I feel like we might come,
Yeah, well, we've got a caller,
we do have a caller.
We'll discuss it a little bit later.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
All right, we'll take this call.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Is this the Trading Post hotline? Because I was hoping to listen to Call Flo this morning, but you said.
Did I say the Trading Post hotline?
Yes, you did.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember saying that.
That's crazy.
And Noah didn't even notice.
I didn't even.
catch it.
To be fair, I was in the other room, but I still heard Chris.
Okay.
I didn't hear that part.
And that's why you can't teach an old horse new tricks. I tell you what, I apologize to everybody, but I wasn't even aware.
Well, I have this old cup of coffee we can auction off if that's something we want to do. It's got like maybe 2 sips left, so.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I am
No, thank you for
digressing.
that.
Okay.
I am digressing. Anyway, yeah, I did it for so many years that it just came natural.
Yeah.
You know, for me to say.
I was waiting for you to catch yourself.
I know.
and
I
just
can catch
do your little
myself.
laugh
No,
and
it just
never happened.
came out naturally.
That's what happens when you run on autopilot a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you do the show and you're used to saying, so you just like you. This happens to me too, where I'm saying things, and if you ask me what I said, I say I don't know. I literally there's like when it's different. Like you can be focusing on what you're saying and really make it meaningful, or you could be just kind of BSing, I guess you can say, and like. You ask somebody later, wait, what did you say? You're like, I have no idea. Like, you know, and I feel like the show, like, at least the intro of the show is very, like, autopilot, you know.
Well, when did I say that? When did I say it?
Introducing Call Flo.
Yeah.
Right after the Farmer's Almanac, when you were introducing Call Flo.
And I said the Trading Post hotline?
Uh-huh. Okay, you really did.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Go back and listen to the video.
I will do that. I apologize, everybody.
Oh,
for saying
no,
that,
Chris.
But anyway,
Oh, I think it's
okay.
hilarious.
It's great.
I got a good night's
I
sleep.
love it.
well, and that's right. It's sleep deprivation is what it is.
Yeah.
But I can remember. I'm surprised I haven't said WFLO FM. You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
Anyway.
Yep. But this is
thought I
items
would,
you want to buy,
try
sell, trade,
try to
rent,
do
or
some
giveaway.
buying and selling.
Is that the saying?
Yeah,
That's good.
items you want to buy, sell, trade, rent, or giveaway.
Wow. All right. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe.
Have a call 434-392-8881.
Okay.
One, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, God. Well, get that out of your head because you'll be doing that all day.
All day long. I don't want to be doing that. Okay. All
All
right.
right. Well, thank you, guys.
All right. Take care. I'm glad I gave you a good laugh.
Yes, it was good. I was waiting. She's going to correct herself.
No, didn't correct myself.
Have fun.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, well. It's going to be one of those days.
One of those days, Chris. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
Trading Post. Yeah, I never listened to that show. I was maybe a bit young. I used to listen to WFLO FM back in the day. I actually heard a lot of songs that I really like that I still listen to today from that. That's the best part about radios. You know, you get to hear those unheard songs, you know, the songs that, I don't want to say deep cuts, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, the more obscure and, yeah.
They're comforting. To
Nice.
me.
They're great. Yeah.
And I'm just surprised that I know most of the lyrics to those songs. You know, I can sing along. There's a sing along.
Absolutely.
And, you know, nowadays it's,
No,
it's
it's not sing along. It's the opposite of sing along. Sing alone.
Not even that.
Yeah. It's not even singing. I don't know what they,
Good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
All right, and that's okay. All right. All right. Somebody called in to hang up. Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some pranksters on the lines today, Chris.
pranksters.
Some pranksters.
Yeah.
A couple of hooligans. All right.
So.
Yeah, sleep. We were talking about sleep. You didn't. I mean, how long can you talk about sleep for? I mean, I could probably talk about it for a while, but I guess this topic isn't interesting to everybody, and also people are waking up, so they don't want to hear about sleeping.
Sleep. That's right.
But I will say you should try drinking some tea, or do you have a routine before you go to bed? Like, obviously, you say your prayers. Do you do like a light stretching? Something like maybe to relax you.
No, I don't.
Do you
anything
drink
like-
tea?
Very well. I drink, sweet tea or cold tea.
Okay. Yeah.
I used to drink a lot of hot tea.
Warm teas are good for the body. Like the hot liquid is relaxing. I want to say I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, it is. It's better for you. If you drink warm water, it'll make you lose weight.
I think a tea salesman told me that actually.
A tea salesman. Okay.
So
all right.
Yeah.
It's 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. We'll say good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
Oh, good morning, people.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yes.
Look at that.
First-time caller. It's great to hear from you.
Yes, thanks. I've been, I took a little job in Powhatan, and, I can't get you at all down there.
No, you can't get us in Powhatan.
Yeah. No, as soon as I turn on that cut-through, I don't know the names, but from 460 down to 360, that cut through.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're at Shula Junction, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, is it between like two gas stations?
I haven't been here that long.
Right?
Did what?
The two gas stations, right? Like on either side.
Right, I think so. I think that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Oh, there's because I don't want to do an ad for the person, but there's this a nursery right there. I guess nursery and little gift shop.
Okay.
Do you work for this company? No, okay. Sorry.
So you okay. So what will you be doing in Powhatan?
Oh, I had some friends that had a little shed in the back that was just rotting and thising and thating and leaking and hole in the roof and everything.
So you're helping them restore it?
Well, I was just giving it a facelift, yeah.
No, that's nice.
That sounds like my apartment, weirdly enough. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, the Batman apartment, huh?
That's right. Leaking, rotting. This is all common out. No, I don't live in a shed.
Wow.
I don't live in a shed with my girlfriend.
He lives in a loft.
I lived in a nice loft with wood floors. My downstairs neighbor hates absolutely.
Really?
Despises.
Again?
We haven't heard anything from this neighbor, but I just have the feeling, every time I walk past him, I just get this dirty look.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
Poor Noah.
You have to stop walking around up there in heels.
I always go barefoot in the apartment. I have 20 rugs. I have Persian rugs. I have rugs from Italy. No, I don't. I wish I did, but I do have like a nice little tiny Persian rug. Anyways, I get a lot of rugs. I'm like,
I'm a rug person myself.
Exactly. And so there's no reason why I should feel bad for walking in my apartment. But, I mean, even on the rugs, you hear like this loud creaking. It sounds like an old ship that's like barely hanging on. Just like, creaking. Just constant creaking.
But, you guys were talking about talking in your sleep?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So Noah, if you woke up and your gal was talking about Joe or something, would you take any?
I would.
Would you take offense?
Would I take offense? Yeah. I would probably. In all honesty, I might like slide her off the bed. Like actually, just be like, and then pretend I was sleeping and be like, hey, honey, what's up? Why did you fall on the floor? Why did you do a silly thing like that?
No, I would wait until the morning when everything is calm, and I'd say, "Who's Joe?"
Now, see, listen. Now, Chris, that's what a woman exactly. That's exactly what a woman would do. Wait, keep that information, and then just wait for like an unassuming moment, and then bring up that bombshell of information. Yeah, that's what women. Some women do. Which is great. I mean, that's classy. It's unexpected.
Well, it's better than waking him up while he's asleep and beating him up or something.
Damn. I know.
Yeah.
Get the boxing gloves on. And
Who's this Louise? Who's this? Who is this?
Yeah.
And you're just like, Joe's my cousin.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you.
You're in love with your cousin? No. Sorry.
Yeah, so you're starting to be intimate, and then she says, who's Joe?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That would end in disaster.
Yeah,
I would say.
Probably.
Oh,
or maybe
Lordy.
she wouldn't even know who Joe was. Maybe it was her subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Joe isn't even a person, but it stands for something.
Yeah, a cat or a dog or something.
It could. Yes, it could be an acronym.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's saying big words today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I've got my my pocket
Your pocket.
big word.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's got his
big word,
pocket. He's got his Webster pocket
Yeah,
dictionary. Pulled out from 1996. Little paperback, little Webster dictionary.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
You guys are feisty today. So, what is? And if you can give me the Reader's Digest version, what is the rabbit gig? I must have missed it.
Oh, the first day of every month.
Yeah.
The first words that you, when you wake up, if you haven't been talking in your sleep.
If you haven't been talking in your sleep.
That's where we
Yeah.
came from. That's what all of this came from. You say rabbit, 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 and it's supposed to bring you good luck.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
this
you're not hollering at the dog. Shut up.
Yeah, right.
Then
Or who's Joe?
oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Betty Ike informed us of this.
Yes, she did.
I feel like I may have heard something about that. Maybe it was I heard like something similar where it's a superstition where you say like 3 other words that's not rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. But yeah, so this is a Betty superstition, and I mean, you know, she does have a lot of good luck. So you know, maybe
It's
there
not
is
like
something
I
to it.
divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce
Exactly.
you. Right.
Yes, that's right.
So, is there another word that will give you, like, this will bring you luck? Is there another word that will bring you fortune or good health?
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon. You could,
Oh.
Yeah.
could say shamrock, 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 or
Yeah.
rainbow, 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 or that stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit sounds good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why rabbit though? That's my thing. Rabbit.
Oh,
you
well,
know.
good.
Rabbits
Rabbit's
get eaten.
foot.
Yeah.
You've heard of rabbit's
Oh yeah,
foot.
sure. Yeah, that's a lucky thing.
supposedly
Yeah.
a lucky charm.
Shouldn't you be saying rabbit's foot, rabbit's foot, rabbit's foot? I mean,
You can say it 3 times.
saying
yeah.
rabbit is referring to the whole, you know,
The whole rabbit.
the whole rabbit.
The whole
Yeah.
enchilada.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's
Instead
parts.
of just the body part.
Yeah. I'm sure there's parts of the like a whole rabbit that are unlucky, right? Yeah. Maybe not. That's too far out there.
No, they're too cute.
They are very nice. Yeah,
they
I
got
love a
cute
good rabbit.
ears, They got
Wow.
a cute little tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they got a cute little nose.
Yeah, and they taste amazing, by the way.
Oh, you would have to bring that up.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, you know,
Have you had rabbit before?
I don't think I have.
I haven't.
But
either.
unless if it was in a stew of some person that I like had their stew and they didn't tell me, I don't think I don't think I had rabbit.
No,
in my
that
life.
would be a traumatic experience. Just like duck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had duck.
Duck is really amazing, though. I will say, I just had duck like last week sometime. I got some Thai food.
Oh.
And I got a drunken noodle with like garlic added to
Oh,
it.
it's getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I know. I add no matter what I get anywhere, I always say add garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it already comes with the garlic, I say add more garlic.
Okay.
Anyways, I get duck on it.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Well, first caller, what's the most exotic food that you've had? Eaten.
Well,
That's
since
right.
I'm a non-meat eater.
Oh, that's right.
You know, I was.
Heck, I keep
I
forgetting
was.
your...
We have friends in New York, okay, upstate, and every month they have what they would call a pig brain breakfast.
Okay.
And I don't know where they get them, but they just chow down. They're loving it, and I could have kicked myself in the butt for not sampling it. Not even just a little sample. Sometimes you just like whatever the moment is there, you just want to do it. So at the very least, you can say,
You've
"Yeah,
had
I've done it. I've tried it.
Yeah.
Yes, whatever it." So no, fairly boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you, what is the most exotic seasonings you put on your tofu?
I guess it would just be whatever that restaurant's hot sauce would be.
Oh, not the Carolina
And
Reaper,
usually-
right?
Oh,
Oh, well, I guess since they make it for the public, it's usually pretty toned down. But so Oriental restaurants give you like an oil that's just like, that will waste the inside of your mouth.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah.
Noah mentioned a drunken noodle. Now, what is
Yeah.
that?
It's a wide noodle.
Wide noodle, okay.
And they cook it as like sauce, special. It's kind of like a stir fry type deal. Short noodles, and I want to say they might throw a little cabbage in there, like tiny, finely shred cabbage. And it sounds like drunk noodles, like you eat the noodles, drunken noodles. But I don't think that's it. Maybe if I'm wrong, first time caller, let me know. But I believe it's just like a special, mix of sauces and seasonings with these wide noodles. And shredded little tiny carrots they shred on there.
Ooh.
There, the tiniest little.
That sounds interesting.
It's very nice. Yeah.
It is. They're so small. How do you know it's a carrot?
Well, I cross my fingers and I close my eyes.
Cross your fingers
yeah.
and hope not to die, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you order drunken noodles, did you ever look at the chef? Is he back there all sauced and?
I have a weird thing. I've met the chef of my food sometimes, and sometimes it's a really pleasant experience. Sometimes I actually don't want to eat the food after I met the chef. That's happened too. But I did not meet the chef, unfortunately. The thing is, at the end of the day, drunken noodles is Thai food in general. You look at it in like a container, like a to-go box. It actually looks like trash. I'm not even kidding. Like it looks like the remnants of a kitchen, and they just like dumped it into a trash can because it's just it's a little bit of everything. So I will say, as far as it like looks go and the visual appealingness of it, it's not amazing, but I enjoy it.
Huh. We went to an upscale restaurant and asked for something vegetarian. There was nothing on the menu. So she says, "Well, let me get the chef." The chef comes out and he's like, "Yeah, what can you want? I understand you guys are vegetarians." And he couldn't thank us enough for pulling them out of that ho hum,
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to create something here. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he pull up a seat to take a while? Get out of the kitchen for longer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And just be creative.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So was it good?
Oh yeah, it was good.
All right.
It was yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
So, I have I guess a pet peeve. I have when I owned a construction company, there was a big burly guy, just a monster of a man. And when we got off the phone, he would always say, "Bye-bye." And that would drive me crazy. If you can just imagine.
His bye-bye wasn't like his, it didn't go with his physique, right?
Yeah.
No. How many yes? I hear it once in a while, bye-bye.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right. You're saying bye-bye, like bye and then bye again, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
I kind of say that, but I say bye, like a bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more condensed. I don't know, but bye-bye is just, that sounds strange to me. Maybe I don't know.
Yes, it sounds soft or feminine or young or.
Yeah, well, you're saying a word twice. It's kind of like can't really.
Yeah.
I want to buy that blouse over there.
Yeah.
Or just like goodbye. See ya.
Oh my goodness! All right. Well, we're talked all the way down to the bottom of the hour, so we have some business to do, but we certainly appreciate you calling, and we wish you luck on your Powhatan. Have you finished that?
Just a few more days. I think I'll go tomorrow and next week. I got some plants I want to put in.
Oh, okay.
And
watch out for the rain. It's going to be a rainy weekend.
And call back soon, caller. We had a caller call in just to ask where you've been.
That's
and
right.
We told them
we didn't know.
I have a fan or two.
Yeah.
That hates me and they don't want to tune in when I'm on. All right.
Okay.
So one quick, what's better, the first half or second half?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Well, thank you.
Just whenever.
Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you, and have a great day.
All righty.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. That was very nice.
Yeah, very nice hearing from you.
Now I feel
rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time for the weather forecast.
Yeah. And this, once again, this is the Trading Post. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. But no. I would love to trade
Don't get me
something.
started.
No, sorry.
Don't get
I'm
me
sorry.
started. Listen, some of those calls that came
Yeah.
in, I had the numbers memorized.
Yeah. Really?
They would call
Wow.
every day. And all this stuff.
That was
yeah.
a tough show to host, I'm sure.
It was a tough show to host, yeah. Because most people would listen rather than have something they
Participate.
wanted to buy, sell, trade, or give away.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right. Well, we've got our weather forecast coming up, and it's brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading. They're located at 2113 Cumberland Road in Farmville.
Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading has been helping to build Southside and Central Virginia since 1960, providing all excavation, general contracting, and hauling needs. 5 miles north of Farmville, 2113 Cumberland Road, at the intersection of 45 and Range Tavern Road. Call 392-6010 or stop by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading.
Your WFLO forecast for Southside and Central Virginia for today, your Thursday. We'll see some partly sunny skies with a 20% chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Look for a high today of 88 degrees. Now, tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 65. On Friday, mostly sunny, but we'll have a 30% chance of some thunderstorms developing. Look for a high tomorrow of 87 degrees. Now, Friday night, we'll see a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a low of 64. Saturday, we go from a 30% chance to a 70% chance of thunderstorms. Look for a high Saturday of 84 degrees. Saturday night, 70% chance of thunderstorms and showers likely with a low of 58. For Sunday, we'll see a 70% chance of showers with a high of 74. Sunday night, a 40% chance of thunderstorms and then showers with a low of 53. Monday, we'll wake up to a 60% chance of showers with a high of 76 degrees. Let's check our humidity. It is at 77%. Our barometric pressure up just a tad at 30.06 inches. We have light southwest winds. We had a low this morning of 62 degrees. Our current temperature is 71 degrees. We have partly cloudy skies outside. That is your weather forecast brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading. Give them a call at 434-392-6010 or 392-6010. Now, our birthday calendar coming up for you, brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors, located at 1907 East 3rd Street in Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
All right, we got our jazzy birthday music for you, Noah. It is Thursday, the first day of May. Who's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary today?
Well, Chris, we have a classy lineup. We have 2 birthdays and 1 anniversary. How you like it? First off, we have Kayla Caldwell celebrating a birthday. Also, David Taylor Jr. So that means there's a David Taylor Sr. out there somewhere.
There is.
Yeah, indeed.
Absolutely.
And our 1 anniversary, we have Bobby and Michelle Cook. So they're celebrating birthdays and anniversaries and all that fun stuff. And that's our list for today.
Okay. How do they get their names to us?
They can call in 434-394-0924. They can email us at birthdays@wflo.net. And they can also go on our website under the on-air mentions page. Go to birthdays and submit birthdays directly from our website. No need to pull up your email.
All right.
If you want to go that route.
Okay, and of course, we wish everybody out there celebrating, we hope that they have a fantastic day today, whether we know it or not. Birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it's not right, they'll make it right. Call 434-392-2802. We do have another caller on the Call Flo radio show. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to put my son's birthday on the air today.
Okay. What's his name?
James Taylor Jr.
James Taylor Jr.
Yes.
And where's James from?
River Road, Farmville.
And River Road, Farmville. All right. Well, you're a great mother, and thank you for remembering your son's birthday, and we put it on there for you. James Taylor Jr. Okay.
James Taylor,
right.
yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. James Taylor Jr. over there at River Road is having a birthday today.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
That's a decent list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets better all the time.
It does indeed. Indeed it does.
Okay, let's check out celebrity birthdays for today. And let's see. We've got Tim McGraw.
Oh.
Nice looking guy. Even in his older age. Let's find out how old he is today. He's 58 today, but he looks great. And he's celebrating a birthday. Of course, he's a country singer. He's also an actor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so his fun fact is he once appeared on the Jeff Foxworthy Show. Tim McGraw. Movie director Wes Anderson turns 56 today. He's directed Asteroid City.
Yes. Yeah.
And he is, what's the fun fact for Wes? His middle name is Wales, so it's Wes Wales Anderson. Interesting. All right, actress Julie Benz. She's celebrating today. She turns 53. She used to compete in ice dancing when she was younger. Looks like she's got the figure for that, ice dancing. Okay. Actor Jamie Dornan turns 43. And he was in the movie Sleeping Beauty's Reawakening Fashion exhibition, actually. It's there in New York. He's originally from Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Yes, yeah.
Actress Lizzie Green turns 22, and she's set to appear in the upcoming Netflix series Ransom Canyon. So there you go. Singer Judy Collins is 86 today. Actor Stephen, I guess it's Macht, M-A-C-H-T, in Suits. He was in the production Suits in General Hospital, is 83. Singer Rita Coolidge turns 80 today. Singer bassist Nick Fortuna of the Buckinghams is 79. Actor Dan Florek of Law & Order SVU. I know some people binge watch that. I know my daughter does some.
Yeah, I've heard of that happening.
Yeah.
Too.
Law & Order SVU, he's 74 today. Singer-songwriter Ray Parker Jr., 71. Actor Byron Stewart, 69. Actor Scott Coffey of Mulholland Drive and The Outsiders is 61. Country singer Wayne Hancock, 60 today. Actor Charlie Schlatter of Diagnosis Murder is 59. And let's see, maybe one more. Singer Tina Campbell of Mary Mary is 51.
Was that the Dick Van Dyke murder diagnosis murder or something? Wasn't that the one with Dick Van Dyke?
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Like
I don't
80s.
know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll take this caller. Hope he's still on the line. Good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
And so are you, my dear.
Well, hello there, Henry. How are you today?
I'm fine today.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Glad to hear from you.
Did you know that Donald Duck was the one who went into the drugstore and he asked the clerk for a tube of chapstick and said, just put it on my bill?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there was a guy that while he was in jail, he had to use his cell phone.
I see. Yes. Yep. I understand that.
That kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he had come clean about stealing a bar of soap.
Uh-huh. Yep. Keep going.
So
Keep going.
He came clean. The track meet was well done. That's MEAT.
Mm-hmm.
The track meet was well done, which is rare. and that's rare, you know.
Yes, I understand.
I mentioned Donald Duck. Bugs Bunny wore a 10-carat ring till he got fed up with them. Even his phone had a large ring.
You know,
Yes,
you should
indeed.
never get tired of a 10-carat ring.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mentioned this before, but if any of you haven't had a chance to do so, get a copy of the book, Under the Bleachers by Seymour Butts.
That's grody.
Yeah. The baseball player took 3 swings, but police made him return them to the children's playground.
I see. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then when he sat on a newspaper, he got the news in detail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his mouth told his necktie, I do not, that's K-N-O-T,
Uh-huh.
I do not want you hanging around because I get all choked up. So he
my
went out
goodness.
he then went out and tied another one on. But anyway, I just threw that in so you could throw it out. I don't know if I shared this or not. And if I did, stop me because I don't like to tell it. But anyway, no. In the late 1960s, Joyce and I, with Charlie and Jenny Rosser, decided we would go to the Grand Ole Opry.
Mm-hmm.
And this was late Friday evening. Of course, the Grand Ole Opry is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have advance tickets, even though we knew it was usually sold out. So we just went without any advance tickets. And we got into Nashville the next day, and I called the Opry House. They said they were sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So I called the opera manager, Art Devine, over WSM.
Henry?
The manager of the radio station, WSM. It broadcasts all of the opera shows every Saturday night. So I called and talked with him, and he said, I'll leave you 4 front row tickets at the door at the Opera House.
Right.
At the Ryman Auditorium. I said, well, they told me they were all sold out. So then he said, Alabama Governor George Wallace has 4 seats reserved every Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
But since he was here last Saturday night, he probably will not be there tonight. And so we'll give you his tickets.
Wow.
And so there it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it worked out. We went over and picked up the tickets and enjoyed the show. Later on, Governor Wallace was shot, and paralyzed
Yes.
from waist down.
Yeah.
And then he became a very strong Christian man, and later in his life, but that was kind of a unique thing of we're getting his choice seats right on the front row.
Right.
You know, so you know, there's a saying, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So he made our weekend visit very, very wonderful.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, I hope maybe I can share something tomorrow with you.
Sure.
And if anybody wants to talk to me, you can call 414-0096.
All right. We've got it.
Thank you, and God bless, and good day.
All right. Thank you, too, Henry. Take care. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. That was Henry Fulcher, and giving us some one-liners there, play on words, and a story to boot. Our time is 8:48. Still plenty of time for you to give us a call at 434-394-0924.
Phone numbers phone line is wide open.
It is wide open. Yes, it is. Here's a story. A climber, this is from Tokyo, a climber, and it's from the AP. He was airlifted with altitude sickness from near the peak of Japan's Mount Fuji last week. He returned to the slope and was rescued for a second time just 4 days later. You never learn, do you?
That's not.
Officials urged people to be aware of the harsh conditions at the country's tallest peak during its off-season. Now, the climber was identified only as a 27-year-old Chinese student living in Japan. He made an emergency call on April 22nd and was airlifted after developing symptoms of altitude sickness, police said, adding that his climbing irons also were damaged. Now, on Saturday, he returned to the mountain's trail about 3,000 meters, or that's nearly 10,000 feet above sea level, to look for his cell phone and other belongings left behind. Another climber found him there unable to move after he apparently developed altitude sickness for a second time. The mountain's hiking trails are officially open only from July to early September, but there's no penalty for hiking off-season. There also is no charge or penalty when a climber needs to be rescued, but the Chinese student's case prompted an uproar on social media and generated calls for him to be charged, at least for his second rescue. Yeah. Now, the police urged all climbers to use caution, noting that the mountain has low temperatures and is covered in snow, even in spring. The 12,388-foot-high mountain was designated as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site in 2013, a symbol of Japan, the mountain called Fujisan. It used to be a place of pilgrimage and is increasingly popular among hikers today. To control overcrowding and risk from rushed overnight climbing through rocky slopes to see the sunrise, local authorities last year introduced an entry fee and cap on the number of entrants on the most popular trail, and will introduce similar rules on other trails again this year. So you've got to watch that high altitude sickness. Dr. Nace, who is a very prominent figure in the Farmville and surrounding communities. He was very well loved and everything. He took a trip to Mount Kilimanjaro. It was one of his bucket list things to do. Well, he never came back because he developed high altitude sickness and eventually succumbed to that. So, it's if you don't go prepared, and I'm not saying he wasn't prepared, but you do have to be very, very careful about things like that.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah. So anyway, it's 852 434 0924 is the number to call if you want to participate in today's show.
By the way, Chris,
yes.
it's May 1st, so happy May.
Happy May Day, of course.
It's great.
Thank you.
Did you know today is also the National Investing Day?
No.
Yeah. So apparently every year on May 1st, the National Investing Day encourages people to dedicate at least one day in the year to explore how they can get invested and stay invested for a strong financial future, whether you're setting aside your first $1,100 or managing a growing portfolio. This day is about getting involved. I wanted to ask you, did you ever get the money talk from your parents? Your father, moms usually don't give the money talk, but did your dad ever sit you down and be like, "Hey, this is how you manage money"?
Yeah.
Same.
No. I worked.
Yeah.
And I started off babysitting.
Sure.
And for 25 cents an hour. I'm telling my age now, but anyway, so I learned, and I also worked with my father in his business.
Sure.
And so I had a very strong work ethic anyway.
Absolutely.
And, I learned how to save money and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I never had to borrow money from my parents or anything like that. So I just kind of maintained my own,
you stood your own ground.
Stood my own ground.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your father never was like, this is how you invest in stocks.
No.
Yada, yada. Okay.
No.
Yeah. No.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
He was never that. My dad was a fly-by-night kind of person.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, and, he moved us out west on the flip of a coin.
Wow.
Yeah. Heads were go to Colorado, tails
literally a flip of a coin.
Really.
You weren't using that metaphorically.
We go to Nevada.
Yeah.
Either one. And it turned out we went to Colorado. Stayed there for 6 years. He had a business there, Western Auto business. It was a hardware business. So I helped him out there. And he made some rash decisions that forced us to sell everything we had there and go back to Narrows, Virginia, where he ran a grocery store for a while until that burned down. Wow, I could write a book.
You should, Chris.
Really could.
What's holding you back?
They rebuilt the grocery store, and with the family and everything, and so he became a wonderful butcher. Then they moved down to Florida, and he became he sold insurance for Prudential, and did well with that too. But so he was kind of mother decided when he went down to Florida, she said, "Find me a house, but it's got to have a fireplace." Even though they're in Florida, it's got to have a fireplace. So he found a cottage down there, paid $14,000 for it, and they lived there for 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible, Chris. If you were to write a book about your life, I'm not saying you're going to, but
I'm
if you were, what would you name it?
Oh, I don't know. The trials and
tribulations of Chris Wood. That's really good. Yeah, that's a good name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, the Kentucky Derby's coming up.
It is indeed.
It's one of my favorites. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah,
as far as attending that, but I'll probably never get there. But in 1872, Colonel Meriwether Lewis Clark, grandson of William Clark of the Lewis and Clark expedition, traveled to England, visiting Epsom in Surrey, where the Derby had been running since 1780. From there, Clark went on to Paris in France, where a group of racing enthusiasts had formed the French Jockey Club in 1863. They had organized the Grand Prix de Paris in Longchamp, which at the time was the greatest race in France. Returning home to Kentucky, Clark organized the Louisville Jockey Club to raise money for building quality racing facilities just outside the city. Now, the track would soon become known as Churchill Downs, named for John and Henry Churchill, who provided the land for the racetrack. The name went official in 1937. The Kentucky Derby was first run 1.5 miles, the same distance as the Epsom Derby, before changing lengths in 1896 to its current 1.25 miles. On May 17th, 1875, in front of an estimated crowd of 10,000 people, a field of 15 three-year-old horses contested the first Derby under jockey Oliver Lewis, a colt named Aristides, who was trained by future Hall of Famer Ansel Williamson, won the inaugural Derby later that year. Lewis rode Aristides to a second-place finish in the Belmont Stakes. Initially a successful venue, the track ran into financial difficulties due to a protracted gambling-related horseman boycott, removing it from the upper echelons of racing that would last until just after the turn of the 20th century. In 1894, the new Louisville Jockey Club was incorporated with the new capitalization and improved facilities. Despite this, the business floundered in 1902. Thoroughbred owners began sending their successful Derby horses to compete in two other races, the Preakness and the Pimlico at the Pimlico Racecourse and the Belmont Stakes in Elmont. So there you have
the history.
The beginning of the Triple Crown with the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So on May 26, 1925, the first live radio broadcast of the Kentucky Derby was on WHAS, as well as on WGN in Chicago. The television brought it on in 1949. It took place on WAVE-TV, the NBC affiliate in Louisville. So this coverage was aired live in the Louisville market and sent to NBC in a Kinescope newsreel recording for national broadcast. This is, very interesting stuff, but I've got to stop because we're about to run out of time.
Oh, yeah, we got, 25 seconds
the Kentucky
left?
Derby will be run this Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be playing Run for the Roses by Dan Fogelberg tomorrow.
Good one, Chris.
Yeah, it always makes me cry. For some reason, it just tears me up. But anyway, we thank you so much for your calls. And everybody have a great day today. And we'll be talking at you tomorrow.
See you then.
All right, take care.
I won't be here, but anyway.
We'll see you sometime tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm with John tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.